I took a shortcut through the woods, and I regret it. Alright, so I don't even know how to explain what happened last week, but it's been haunting me ever since. I haven't told anyone because, honestly, it sounds insane, but maybe writing it down here will help. It started last Thursday. I was walking home from my friend's place. She lives on the other side of town, and I didn't want to fork out for an Uber. Normally, I'd take the main road, but it was late, and I thought I'd save time by cutting through this patch of woods near the old train tracks. Big mistake. The woods were quiet, like too quiet. No wind, no rustling leaves, no insects buzzing. It was weird, but I just brushed it off as, nighttime vibes. I had my phone out, playing music through my earbuds, trying to keep things chill. About 5 minutes in, I started to get that feeling, like someone's watching you. I paused my music and looked around, but there was nothing, just trees and shadows. I laughed at myself for being paranoid and kept walking. Then I heard it. A branch snapped somewhere behind me. Not like a little twig breaking. This was loud, deliberate, like someone stepped on it. I whipped around, shining my phone's flashlight, but the light barely cut through the dark. Hello. I called out, my voice sounding braver than I felt. No answer. That's when I noticed something. The woods didn't feel empty anymore. It was like the shadows had shifted, thickened, and I swear I saw movement in the corner of my eye. Alright, you're freaking yourself out, I muttered, trying to convince myself it was all in my head. I picked up the pace, but the faster I walked, the more I felt like I wasn't alone. Every so often, I'd hear faint footsteps, crunching leaves, snapping twigs, but every time I stopped and turned around, nothing was there. Then I saw it. Ahead of me, maybe 20 feet away, there was this figure standing in the middle of the trail. It wasn't moving, just standing there, like it was waiting for me. I froze, my breath catching in my throat. Hey, what do you want? I yelled, trying to sound tough. No response. I shone my flashlight on it, and that's when I realized it wasn't a person. I don't even know what it was. It was tall, lanky, and its limbs were all wrong, like too long, bending in ways they shouldn't. Its head tilted to the side, almost curious, like it was studying me. My stomach dropped. I turned and ran. I don't know how far I got before I tripped over a root and went sprawling. My phone flew out of my hand, and the flashlight flickered out. I scrambled to grab it, but before I could, I heard this sound, like a low, raspy laugh. It was close. When I finally got my phone back on, the figure was gone, but the woods didn't feel empty. I could feel it watching me, circling just out of sight. I bolted, running faster than I ever have in my life. I didn't stop until I was out of the woods and back on the main road. My lungs were on fire, my legs felt like jelly, but I didn't care. I was safe, or so I thought. That night, as I lay in bed, I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Every shadow in my room felt alive. At some point, I must have fallen asleep, but I woke up around 3 a.m. to the sound of tapping, slow, deliberate, on my bedroom window. I live on the second floor. My heart was pounding as I forced myself to look. Nothing was there. But when I turned on the light, I saw it, muddy handprints, smeared across the outside of the glass. I haven't slept since. I don't know what I saw in those woods, but I think it followed me home.